Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be painting another landscape painting, and it will be a sunset painting because you know how much I love the sunset, and we'll be using only a few colors today, and I'll be linking down in the description box below the reference image that we'll be using for this painting tutorial. And let's begin now. Let me tell you first the colors that we'll be using for today's painting tutorial. So we have, of course, titanium white, orange, cadmium yellow, burnt sienna, phthalo green, black, and yeah, that's it guys. So let's begin now. I'm gonna underpaint first my canvas. I've painted my canvas paper on the surface on which I am painting. So I'm gonna underpaint now. I'm just gonna use a square brush for this one. A big brush because you know we're underpainting. So again, this is a sunset painting, so we'll be using a lot of orange today. So I'm gonna get my orange, tiny bit of burnt sienna to mute the color. Okay, orange and brown together. Okay, maybe I'm gonna add tiny bit of cadmium yellow. All right, like so. And let's begin underpainting it. Okay, I'm gonna get just pure orange. Alright, and this is the area where the sun is. So we're going to make it quite light in terms of color. I'm gonna use my yellow, just pure yellow, and I'm gonna apply it here. And I'm gonna allow the orange and the yellow to kind of blend. And as you saw, I did not even wash my brush because I wet my brush, but I did not wash it. I kind of like some blending going on. Alright, like that. And just try to blend. Okay. Like that. I'm gonna get my orange. I'm gonna make the corners or the sides quite orangey, more than yellow. Alright, I'm gonna get my yellow again. Alright, just like that. And then we'll be doing some more blending later. Let's just allow first the paint to dry. Alright, now I'm gonna use my black, my existing black here. I'm gonna mix it with the orangey browny color that we have here so that we kind of have that, not pure black. We don't want that. You can actually use Payne's Gray, but I would like to use the sunset colors on my palette to mix with my black. For some reason, I just don't want pure black, so it's quite dark brown. So I'm gonna use that to create some silhouette, background silhouette. So these are like, this could be anything guys. It could be plants, house, it could be, I don't know, trees in the background. You can do whatever shape you want. Alright. This is just the background, so it will only suggest the setting of the painting, but we will focus more on the sun and the foreground. So later I will show you. Alright, so basically we've also determined where the horizon is gonna go. So it's half of my canvas. Alright, so that's the background silhouette. Later we will be doing some highlighting and glazing, so around this area. For now, let's just do the water part. And for the water part, I'll be using some white, okay? And then I'm allowing the colors to mix with my white, so it's kind of browny color. I'm gonna get my black again, so it's like gray now. Alright, I'm gonna add more black and white. So now I'm gonna start doing the water by just going horizontally this way. We are trying to underpaint the waters. This is not the actual colors of the water. This is just the underpainting for the water. Okay, I'm gonna add more white as I go down. All right. Okay, now that we've underpainted the water part, let's move on to doing some detailing. Okay, so I'm gonna use some green color. So I'm just gonna wet my brush. I'm not really washing it. I haven't washed it since the orange part. So I'm just gonna get my green and mix that with the existing black color that I have here. Maybe I'm gonna add a tiny bit of yellow, like so. And again, tiny bit of black, just to mute the green. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this to make some depth. I might use some blue color later, but let's see guys, let's see. I'm gonna go here. And here. All right. Okay. For now, it's not making sense. It's like an abstract piece, right? But we'll go, it's like step by step. So I'm gonna get my black now. And I'm just gonna go and outline the horizon. Like that. Okay, so wash your brush out. And I also have my palette knife with me here because we'll be using, or we'll be doing some water, like shimmery effect. So I'm gonna get my palette knife. Yes, right away. And I'm gonna dab onto my white. Okay, I'm gonna mix that with orange and tiny bit of yellow. And I'm using my palette knife for this step. And let's go make some water like this, like some water effects. So just go horizontal with your application, like so. We will be using our ordinary, okay, let me just move this one. It's quite blocking my... We will be using our ordinary brush later for small detailing. For this part, let's just use our palette knife. It's going to take away the control over our painting, but later we will do more detailing using our ordinary brush. All right, like that. Okay, again, just white. Actually, it's raining now. I don't know if you can hear the raindrops. It's quite heavy. So I'm gonna apply it this way. Again, just do the vertical or the horizontal application. All right, and then I'm gonna go down with the same color, or maybe I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of white here, but I'm gonna apply less as I go down. All right, and we're going to use the same color right here, down here, but this should be quite spread out because of perspective. Right, like that. And then I'm gonna go back to my green and black mixture. Green and black mixture that we used earlier. Maybe I'm gonna add tiny bit of white. All right. And then I'm gonna use this color, use my palette knife to apply here. Okay, maybe I'm gonna add tiny bit of white. Where's my white? I think I already ran out of white. Okay, I'm gonna add it here. Yeah, I know that you can hear the rain, but I hope it doesn't bother you. So here, down here, I'm gonna use short palette knife strokes. Shorter compared to this one, they're quite longer. All right, like so. All right, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna use my Okay, I'm gonna use my yellow. Mix that with the existing orangey color that I have here. Actually, the green is also mixing, but I don't mind. Going to make some yellowish colors down here, also here and here. All right, like that. Okay, I think I have to wipe off the paint because it's mixing with the color that I only intend to use, so it's quite muddy. Alright. Okay, now I'm gonna get my orange plus yellow. Alright. And let's apply it here. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of burnt sienna to that, just to make it more brown. Alright, like here. Alright, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna use just pure yellow. Okay. And then randomly apply that color. You know, we're trying to emphasize this area because the sun is right here, so there should be some reflections of the light. Okay, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna get some pure white because I already ran out of it. All right. And of course, I'm gonna use the same palette knife, and I'm just gonna dab onto my white and again go back to this area. Alright, like that. Okay, now let's go back to using our ordinary brush. I'm just gonna set this aside and I'm gonna use a smaller brush. I'm gonna dab onto my yellow and then white. And then let's go back and use our brush for more control. And I'm gonna get more orange. Alright, and I'm gonna do some short brush strokes of orange down here. Alright, like that. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out and I'm gonna allow that first to dry this area so that we can highlight even better later. For now, let's just do the sun before we move on to doing some silhouettes of grasses. So for the sun, I'm just gonna use my yellow. Right? I'm gonna mix a tiny bit of white to that. Okay, so the sun will be right here. So for the sun, just create a circle. Just like that. like that. Okay. And we're going to allow that first to dry. Wash your brush out, and we're going to darken some areas. Right here, get your orange plus brown. You know, some mixture we already have used, so you don't have to redo the mixing part. If you still have the colors, you don't have to remix. Let's just darken this area. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to cut the sun this way because some part of the sun shape is being covered by some clouds. That's why. But I had to start with doing some circle so that it would be much easier for me to just cut the shape. I hope I'm making sense. Alright, now I'm going to use a bigger brush because I want this area to be quite light. So I'm just going to use my large square brush. I'm going to dab onto my existing yellow, dab on some tiny bit of orange, and let's lighten this top area. Fix this with some orange. I'm trying to get some gradient effect. You know, as you go near the sun, it becomes yellow or more yellow. And as you go away from the sun, they become more browny and then orangey colors. It's okay if you overlap. If you overlap your paints, it's alright because that will only make your painting look more realistic. Okay, I'm gonna dab onto my yellow again here. Maybe mix some white. Just create some like clouds. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna wash my brush out. And then I'm gonna get my pure white. Actually, it's quite... Make sure that when you use the pure white, your brush is clean. I'm gonna use my pure white and go back to the sun. Just lighten the middle portion of the sun. Like so. And of course, we will go back to it later. Let's just allow it first to dry because you know the paint's still wet. So I'm gonna use my white. Sorry, white plus yellow, guys. Not just white. White plus yellow, but this time make sure more white than yellow. Let's just make some highlighted areas shine even more. Okay, wash your brush out. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my dark green colors. So mix your black plus green. Let's make some depth. Again, short brush strokes right here. And then I'm gonna use this one to deepen the dark green even more. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out. And again, I'm just waiting for this area to dry so that, I can highlight even better. For now, I'm just waiting for it to dry. It's just so difficult for me to highlight when the paint is still thick and wet. So let's move on to doing some grasses. So for the grasses, we'll be using some black and green again. Make sure that your paint can run smoothly on your canvas. So make sure you have enough water. It should not be too runny though. It should be just enough for the paint to go smoothly. So I'm just gonna go up, okay? Make some vertical lines like so. And your line should be not super straight. It can go left and right. Some thicker, some thinner than the others. Some shorter, some longer. Right. Keep adding water if necessary. Again, you can even make some crisscrossing lines like so. And then as you go near the sun reflections, the grasses should appear more less. More or less. The grasses should be less as you go near. Here. Right. For the grasses, you can make it like this. This is just silhouette of those grasses. So this should be easy. Let me check first. Okay, so we will be adding some more detailing later. For now, I think we need more highlighting. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out and let's go back to doing some waters. Wash your brush out. And then with the dark green color, I'm gonna add a tiny bit of white. To make some highlights. Oops, the orange is mixing. Like so. Right. Wash your brush out. Let's get some pure white. Let's go back to the sun. Then some yellow colors. Okay, and then dark orange. It's too dark. Okay, wash your brush out. Again, I'm gonna get my pure yellow. I'm gonna get my green gray color, and I'm going to go around this area, making it quite blurry. All right. same color. Okay, let's use some light orangey colors. Again, it's alright if it overlaps. I mean, if it overlaps the black silhouette, because we can simply paint over it later. And some dark greens again. Okay. And then we can repair some areas. Make it thicker here on the right side. I'm gonna get my black and brown, tiny bit of orange. Let's go back to fixing some areas right here. Okay. I'm gonna get my white plus orange. I'm just gonna go and fix some areas that need some fixing. Okay, now I'm gonna get just orange And I'm gonna go around this area. Here as well. Okay. I'm gonna use a wider brush, and I'm gonna use my yellow, just pure yellow, and I will glaze some area, and it's right here. Glaze it with yellow. And then I'm gonna get my orange, and I'm gonna overlap some orange paints right there. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna get some black. Let's make some. Okay, I'm kind of excited to remove the tape because I think that will make all the difference when I remove the tape. I'm gonna use my white. So I think I will remove the tape so that I can actually see how this looks like. So let's reveal. All right. So some paints actually got under the tape. All right. And the last one. Okay, now I have to check how this looks like. Okay, that's better. It's actually better. Alright, so I think I will do some more detailing. Okay, for detailing, I'm just gonna go make some gray color. I'm gonna get my white plus black and green. Alright, this is super gray, but I think I have to gray some areas to suggest some fog and light and perspective. Right there. Here. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna do some more gray here. Just to separate, you know, the water from the land. Just like that. Of course, let's just fix some areas that got painted over. You can allow those tiny overlaps to just, you know, to just stay there, because it kind of suggests a fog. I'm gonna get my green and black. I'm just gonna randomly apply that color, mixture of colors here. And I'm using my fingers to dab on the color. I don't know if you notice how the tape removal actually made the difference. Okay. Okay, wash your brush out. I'm going to get some fresh white, fresh yellow. Okay, and some yellow. I hope it's dry. Okay. If you notice, I keep coming back to this area. Right, I'm gonna get my yellow. Just gonna go around it. I'm gonna get some yellow orange and I'm gonna go here. I'm just going around the black silhouette in the background. And some orange right here. I'm gonna get this pure white. Like that. It's quite difficult for me to do the layering for this area, so I keep coming back. Okay, did you just see that? Did you see how I just applied paint accidentally? All right. Gonna get some orange, white, and yellow color, almost like peachy color. Let's just apply it randomly here. Let me check. Oh, this is nice. This is nice, guys. I'm gonna get my yellow again. And I will glaze again this area near the sun. Like so. Okay. And then if you still have time, you can actually clean some areas. Right, I'm just cleaning the sides, not the corners. Excuse me. Just to give it some sort of frame. Although I really don't do that. But since I'm using a canvas paper and I've taped the sides, I might as well go for this style. I think it all depends. Okay, I think this is better. Just use your finger. There you go. I've been layering it for so many times and I just couldn't get it. And now I got it. Let's just make some glazing using yellow right here. Now I'm using orange. Let's add a tiny bit of white. All right. Wow. I think we're done. So I think I have to sign this now. I really took my time, you know, as you can tell. I really took my time. I did not rush or anything like that. I kind of like the result. Okay, so for the signature, okay, or wait guys, I think I need to apply more yellow. Right here. All right. I think I have to sign this now. And for the signature, I'm just gonna use white. Since I had a hard time using white for the sun, so I might as well use white right here. Oops, it's quite watery. Alright, that's it. We're done. We're done, guys. We're done, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So, see you in my next video. I hope you liked it. I hope you do this as well. See you in my next video, and of course, mm, 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 mm. Love you.